toward the joy of a mitzvah. And this is kind of like a continuation of last night, but let's go weiter. I love that word. Dancing for joy over a mitzvah is a wonderful thing. There are times when it is a mitzvah to drink wine, as on Shabbos or festivals or at a wedding, other religious celebrations. If you drink on such occasions, do not drink to excess, but in moderation. Your intention should be for the sake of heaven to experience the true joy of Israel, which is to rejoice in God who chose us from all the nations. Right? So there's holy drinking. Rabbi Nachman is bringing up drinking, right, in the joy of a mitzvah. So let's just take drinking, for example. There's holy drinking. They're making l'chaims like iPhone 1 loves to do, right? He doesn't drink without making l'chaim. And then there's other people who just drink to drink. And we'll talk about that soon. But it's very important to be joyful over the mitzvah, right? So when we are making l'chaim, we're essentially connecting to Hashem. That's what Rabbi Nachman is telling us to do. When you're doing a mitzvah and you do it with joy, you're connecting to the Creator. We lost the cover. That's all good. As the joy begins to radiate and penetrate within you, it will spread to your legs until you literally start to dance for joy. It'll spread throughout your whole body. Mamash, just the joy, the simcha. We spoke about this with enthusiasm and prayer. I want you guys to open up your hearts as iPhone 1 is doing right now. Oy, oy, oy. We spoke about this in enthusiasm and prayer, right? When we feel lethargic in prayer, when we feel like we don't have it, we come into the Beit Midrash, we come into davening in the morning, and we're like, I had 4 hours of sleep, I didn't have my morning coffee, and all the excuses. Okay, Gabal, you're there. But Rabbi Nachman is telling us, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to let the beginning define you, or are you going to take it as like a process and build towards enthusiasm? Okay, because you could start off slow but end off strong. Same too with here, right? You could start off unholy or impure, but if you do things with joy, with simcha, oh gosh, it takes you to the highest of levels, to the highest places. And by the way, when you are joyful during the mitzvah, it takes away those harsh judgments and gives you shefa brachot that we spoke about with the sweetening decrees. And that song equals candy. It was just a little chiddush. The fervor with which you dance is a fire offering, a sweet savor to the Lord. However, when a person dances with the heat of the evil inclination, this is a strange fire. This is not a fire offering. This is a strange fire. While the wine he drinks is the wine of drunkenness, which allows the forces of impurity to take hold, Rabbi Nachman concludes, holy dance has the same power to sweeten harsh judgments as a redemption performed by a tzaddik. So we're just taking wine right now. Like we said before, there's holy drinking, and then there's drinking, which myself and some people may fall victim to sometimes, which is impure drinking, with drinking with drunkenness, right? With no l'chaims, with the lack of l'chaim, right? The lack of connection to God. So we just have to keep in mind, the more joyful we are towards mitzvos, the holier the dancing is, it will sweeten the judgments, and it'll bring you shefa brachot, and we could learn this from the tzaddikim in the world, like they did. But Yimir Hashem, guys. Also, just one more note. I know I'm going for too long. The impurity, if you're drinking, because we're taking the wine example, if you're drinking without the l'chaims, right, you'll still have impurity with you. But if you're drinking for the sake of connecting to Hashem, oh, gavalt, it takes away that impurity. So we have to recognize that. Maybe like the goal of tonight is just to drink before we drink. It's just the chaims. I don't know. But that's the example we gave tonight. As an example Rabbi Nachman gave. So Yimir Hashem, the joy of the mitzvah. Gevalt. Any questions, comments, disagreements, stories, feel free.
Rabbi, first of all, let's dance to the sky. Spirit of Omer is a happy time. even though we're a little saddened, we're very saddened over the passing of the deaths of the many students of Rabbi Akiva. Sfirot Omer is a very happy time. That's why we say in that Mitzvot Aseh, right? I here we declare before we bless the Sfirot Omer that I am here to say that I'm ready to fulfill a Mitzvot Aseh commanded by us. And all the Dikdukim people are very particular, say, what are you talking about? We don't have Beit HaMikdash. You can't bring the Korban Omer. And no, they don't understand. When we're saying, Asher Kidishanu Mitzvotzav V'tzivanu, we're saying to ourselves, I know that this year I'm bringing the Korban Omer. I'm bringing the Korban HaOmer no matter what happens. That's why I say, Asher Kidishanu, it's a happy time. We should be dancing with joy and realizing that everything we do can have a huge positive influence on ourselves, on our minds, on our hearts, on other people's minds, and other people's hearts. So Rav Kook says that when Mashiach comes, everyone's going to have either the greatest choice of good or the greatest choice of bad. But how do we know that it's Mashiach, that we're able to choose whether it's good or bad? That we have the choice to choose between the greatest good and the greatest bad. And every time that we don't have that opportunity, it means Mashiach's not coming. But Baruch Hashem, you look at the world today, you see that I can go to the Burger King down the street or the club down next door. I'm not saying I live next to a club or down the road for a Burger King, but either way, I can choose that, or I can go to the Beit Midrash, or I can go help the lady across the street, or give tzedakah, or give out, whatever I want. So we should be dancing with joy that Mashiach is coming, that we're able to choose the amazing things and drink the amazing drinks in B'kedusha. Say L'chaim is bringing two Yidden together, as the Torah says, by the word L'chaim is Lechem, the word Lechem being fighting, and putting two Yids, being the Yids together, and separating the Lechem, the war, and making it L'chaim, giving people life. Givaldik from the Rebshitzer. That's all I gotta say.
This is too good. Too good. Thank you, Shifala, for that. DP, do you have anything to say? Donala, Amnon, Daniel Molinsky, who just joined, he heard the whole time. He knew what was going on. He knew. Does anyone else have anything to add before we conclude? I'm not giving a cue right now. I want you guys to add. But if you don't add, just know it's really good, because that means it penetrates the deepest depths. Your heart was open. It was indescribable. And we can end off on that. All right, l'chaim to the mitzvah. L'chaim to the mitzvah. We should be joyful. We should be joyous. Same word. We should be simcha. Same word. Just all the above. Yimir Hashem, guys. What's the Yiddish word for joy? We need
Freilich.
Oh, Gewalt. Yimir Hashem, guys. We should continue tomorrow night, but first, I just want health, happiness, and success for you guys, but also for the rest of the group, for the rest of Am Yisrael. And success, whether you're in Maryland, working on 15 labs a day, whether you're in the old city, davening for all of us by the Kotel, whether you're Ori connected. He made his trip out to America to connect the bridges between America and Israel, but he's still working on more bridges from around the world. And whether you're in Florida, you guys are too good, guys. Have an amazing night. Just be well. Be well.